Hey, Aidan, how you going?
Good, yourself?
Good. Did you get the invite?
Yeah, I got the second one just then, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's get started. How's everything going? Did you get through the content?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through. Hold on, I'm trying to see what's going on here. I just got to get through the bit of the additional readings and all that sort of stuff, but I've got through the majority of it.
Okay.
And I've done the I watched the, I think, week 4, the lecture. I watched that yesterday, but I haven't done anything else to do with that week. So I still got a couple of the readings to go for last week, which I'm going to try and get that done after this. I've got a bit of time off, and then I'll make a go at the week 4 after that.
Awesome. It sounds like you're on track, so that's gold. I won't put, usually I put the quiz up beginning of the week, but I'm just going to post it. I might actually change it to the Monday next week. So you can do it.
Then today, start on Monday.
Yeah, so next Monday I'll put up the quiz. I think I've opened it for this Friday, but I'll put it for the Monday and I'll leave it open for a week as of that day.
Oh, what time does it start? Like Monday? So Monday the 1st?
No, Aidan, you get to log on anytime you want, and you've got to complete it within the week. So basically, you'll log in, you'll have 20 minutes to complete the quiz, and then that's it. So you won't get any feedback straight away about it. When the quiz closes, it'll tell you whether you passed, failed, HD.
Yeah, right. When are you opening that up, sorry?
Say again?
When are you opening that up?
I'm going to open it up next Monday.
Yeah. All right, so the 1st, on Monday the 1st.
Yeah. Cool. I said I've opened it up on Friday, but I'm just going to... I'll leave it open on Friday.
One sec, Karen. Hold up. One sec. Yeah.
I know he's still coming to boot camp.
Yeah.
But why did he stop his membership 2 weeks early before he left?
Yeah, he's going to England.
He doesn't go to Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was here last week, I noticed.
I don't know.
He's here this week.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll give him a ring.
He's going to boot camp too.
Okay, well, I'll give him a ring.
Yeah.
I'm just talking at the moment.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I'll have a chat to
I
him.
know it's here this morning.
Yeah, no. Right, okay.
Okay.
Too easy.
No worries.
So that just work.
Oh, no worries.
Stuff out with clients.
I can see the background.
Yeah, so
before and after. Cool.
Oh yeah, all the stuff behind us. Yeah.
All right, so let me share my screen with you, and we'll go through. I'm not going to cover any of the content from weeks 1 or 3. I've actually posted the answers for you, and the online.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So we'll just focus on week 4.
Yeah, because I think I submitted the workbook.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I submitted that yesterday.
Okay, go.
I think.
All right.
I just try and do it like as if I would be in class.
Yep.
You know, like I try and not go back over my notes too much, or like, you know, I just try and do what I've learned just watching it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just use it as, yeah. So, and then
Okay,
I went
go.
and looked at the answers that you gave and sort of knew that mine needed a little bit of tweaking, but I knew the general sort of concepts that were being explored in that.
You're on the right track. I don't think anything that you've suggested is not relevant.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
All right, I'll share with you my entire screen. Okay, you can see you.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to just close that. All right, let's go on to Study Smart. Where is it? Okay, so we are July and we're week 4. You got access to those assessment explanations, haven't you?
Yeah, I've gone over all them, yeah.
Cool. Any questions about the assessments?
No, you did mention that you were going to tweak it a little bit for the online people, maybe not do a group, or I don't know, you said you were going to tweak it a little bit, but I suppose
Yeah.
we'll get to that.
Have you got, you know what, I think we should just focus on what target population you want to do. So think about it over this week, whether you want to do children, women, adolescents, elderly, elite athletes. Think about what you want to focus on, and what we might do is just get you to, let me get it up. Hold on one sec. Where are we? Really just focus on this. This is really what I care about. What are the recommendations for future interaction? What could you implement as a leader to keep that specific population engaged and enjoying their sport experience? That's what I want to know. What are the strategies that you would put in place to better work with children and to keep them happily engaged in your sport? What usually happens, Aidan, is each person takes a point each and you become a group.
Yeah, right.
Maybe Holly's not able to do it today. So over this next week we'll lock in the group. Have you got an idea of what you want to focus on?
Oh, I'll just do children.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Okay. So we'll get you to focus on children, so you can start doing your section. Like if you want to start working on it. But this is one of the most important parts. Is point 4.
So this is presentation. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. So all you would do is pretty much what we're doing. I'm just going to stop sharing and talk to you because I'm talking to a piece of paper.
No.
So you're going to do this. So exactly what I'm doing, you're going to do. You're going to record it. So I'll teach you how to record it, or you can just invite me to go online with you, and you'll just. If you go and just move your cursor around, and there's like on the second. At the top left-hand corner, there's a green with an arrow. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. Screen share.
Okay. Click on that and share your screen.
So click. Oh, yeah, desktop, Google Hangout.
So you can share that with me. So that's pretty much all you do is go and share your presentation with me. You talk through that, and then that's it. I mean, we can't go any more tech savvy with that because I don't know how to do it. But the other thing.
So what I would do.
Sorry.
So do I just do is it a 5-minute presentation if I'm just covering one point, or is it?
Correct.
Okay, so I just cover that last point that you highlighted.
Yep.
On kids, and then just basically chat to you for 5 minutes about what I've present to you for that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
I think the hard thing for you guys is, I'll share my screen now. for you individually to do it is that you do need to know some of it. Can you see this, Aidan?
Yeah, I can. Oh, yeah.
You will need to know the psychological, emotional, social challenges. Like, we know children cognitively can't stick at a task for they can't hold attention too long on tasks, so you need to be engaging.
Yeah.
You need variation. Yeah. So as long as you back up your recommendations with the research, you're on the money.
Okay, righto.
And most of the textbooks, so if you go to the textbooks, particularly sports psych textbooks, they have a whole chapter on children and how best to work with children. And within those chapters, studies shown what's effective. You just need to grab those strategies and write that up. I don't expect you to, you're not an expert in the field, so I want you just to utilize what's in front of you and use that research to support your suggestions.
Okay. Yeah, righto.
Okay, so...
And when's that happening? So if I get to jump on it this week, work on it a bit this week, when's that due?
You can tell me when you want it due. I'm not phased in the least. Face-to-face
okay,
groups, face-to-face groups are week 7 onwards. I'm just going to say you tell me when you can get it done before, let's say before week 11, so you don't get smashed with the essay and the presentation.
Yeah, righto.
So between now and week 11, get that ready for me.
Righto. And then, so just got the quiz to do, and then that is the main sort of things at the start to sort of get through. And
the quizzes are fairly easy. So you're going to log on. So here in this section, there's quiz 1. Actually, I'm going to change the date for it. I'll give you an extra few days. Edit settings. I'll just give you that weekend. Where's the timing? Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm just going to change that. So that'll be
you can still open it up.
Yeah, it'll still open up on Friday.
Today. Yeah.
And I won't close it until the 5th. Okay.
Yeah, righto.
And display. Okay, so basically you'll click on this, Aidan. You'll go in. There will be 20 questions. You'll have 20 minutes to do it. And you just got to pick what you think is the right answer.
So they're all multiple choice, are they? Or?
Yes, they're all multiple choice.
Right. Yep.
And then that's really it. You won't get an immediate response to what grade you got. You'll get that on the 5th at 4 o'clock. It'll tell you what grade you got. I just can't make it available until that, because otherwise I'm sure people would copy this.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
Okay. What else do I want to tell you about assessment tasks? The last one, which is, I really like the essay actually. Basically, I'm asking you, what have you learned?
So this is the presentation, is it? Oh, the last assessment at the end.
Let's go back to the presentation. I'll explain it to you, and plus the others listening can have an idea. So you are supposed to bring in groups, but I don't know how many people are still in the course. So let's just give you your point already and your population. So Aidan, you're concentrating on children and you're looking at 0.4, but you've got to remember you need to know parts of this. So you'll need to do some reading and then come up with recommendations.
Okay, so I'm presenting part 4.
Yep.
But I'll obviously have to have some prior knowledge and understand what happens in 1, 2, and 3. Yeah,
well, you'll need to know why aren't children engaging? So this is kind of this section, what motivates and what doesn't. So if you can answer those questions, you'll be able to come up with the recommendations. And the sports psych literature will say, these strategies have been shown to be effective working with children in sport, and you'll get some, really good information, particularly with children in sport. And even if you do it's try and stay away from websites. But even if you do a quick website, how best to work with children, a search, you'll get some ideas, but you've got to go with the research. So you're only doing 5 minutes of this 20-minute presentation. You're going to use Google Hangout, and I'm going to send you the instructions to do that. And I've shown you how to share your screen.
Yeah.
So that's really it. And then you just, whether we go live together or you record it, really doesn't matter. You could record it and then send me the link and I'll have a look at it. Along with that, you need to prepare a summary handout of your section. When I do this with face-to-face students, it's 1 page A4 front and back. Each person's got half a page to write a summary. So
okay.
A4 front and back, they pretty much use half a page each. I'm happy, particularly if you're working individually, whether you use half a page or a whole page, I don't care. You might want to make the font bigger or make it look pretty. But what I want it to look like is if, you know, when you go into the doctor's surgery and they've got pamphlets of information and they look really professional, that's what I want it to look like health promotion kind of really professional, colourful, text is clear, and you've got the right information on that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
You want it edited and basically prettied up a little bit.
Yeah, just make it pretty. Make it look professional. And be careful, because a lot of people do this and they put the point form from their presentation on the handout, but what they haven't realised is that point form is elaborated in the presentation, whereas point form on a piece of paper really is hard to, I mean, I have knowledge in the area, but if you don't have knowledge in the area and it says minimise tasks, well, what does that mean? So just make sure you elaborate. Okay, so you're looking at children, which is you here. So these are the sections. So somebody is going to describe the population and tell me the psych, emotional and social factors. This is for face-to-face students. Somebody will stand up and talk about what motivates them and what discourages them from their sport, the barriers. Somebody would talk about the goals of the population. So as a coach, what are your goals working with that population? So for young children, it could just be engagement. You want them to be engaged and you want to build rapport. But the other goals that you want to have a look at, well, what goals would you set for children? So what did you want them to achieve? So they should really be process goals, not outcome goals. We don't want them winning. We want them to be able to pass the ball or something like that. And then your section will come in and talk about the recommendations. Aidan, I don't mind if you want to choose another point. So have a look at that over the week and you report back and let me know which one you want to do.
What one I'm going with,
Okay. And then we present, so this is a group thing, which we're probably not going to end up being a group. And this is how I mark it. So I've explained that in the assessment recording. Did you get to go through this?
Yeah, I went through all that,
Cool. I won't repeat that. And then the last bit, we'll look at it, I think, in week 8. I'm just going to ask you what you learned from your course. I've got you to think about, so you might want to think about a client that was difficult and 4 problems that you faced with them. So you're going to write a brief description of the problems. So it could be the fact that they weren't confident in the gym and were embarrassed of their body. Then you've got to propose at least one personal experience. Yes. Use your own practice to be able to write this. Then you're going to tell me, okay, well, if confidence is a problem, what's a strategy you're going to put in place? And then you've got to justify it with theory. So if you've noticed when I go through the lectures, I talk about theories. You've got to tell me this strategy is going to work because this theory supports it and says this is why it will be effective.
So, uni. Sorry, what was that?
Are you good at it?
Yeah, good there. Yeah, it's people coming in.
No, cool. You let me know when you need me to wait.
Oh, no, we'll go another. Yeah, I got loads of time. They just want me to come train with them, but I've already trained.
Okay. Then you're going to explain, okay, well, if you suggest I'm going to use a breathing technique, you've got to tell me how would you implement it with that individual? You know, I'd get them to practice every hour on the hour. I'll get them to breathe through their mouth, blah, blah, blah. And then you've got to discuss to me when you would do it. So, for example, if it was team building, the last thing I'd do is introduce team building right before the finals. It's something that I would do pre-season.
Yeah, pre-season.
And for all these sections, you just got to back it with the research. I don't care if you use textbooks to back you up, but you've got to back any of the suggestions you put forward have to be backed up with references and resources.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about
So
four
with
problems.
the references,
Yep.
is because it's been a while since I've actually done them. Do you prefer them to sort of being like mentioned all the way through, like just a reference here or there, or towards all the like at the end of the essay?
So
being like a 2,000 word limit, like obviously.
All the way through, Aidan. So, for example, you might say, I would introduce a breathing technique. The reason why I'd introduce a breathing technique is because the inverted U says blah, 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 yerks. And, yeah?
Yeah, right.
But, Aidan, if you are a little bit weary of producing this stuff because you haven't done it for a while, give it to me. Give me 500 words of one of your examples, and I can show you how to do that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I have no problems doing that. Try not to leave it till week 11. Try and get me at least. You can actually start writing this essay as soon as I get into the strategies, which is self-talk, arousal regulation. So I think that's probably in a couple of weeks. You could actually write 500 words at a time and tick that essay off before you get to the end.
Yeah, righto.
Okay. Any questions about that?
So with that, can we sort of submit a draft into you, and you can, like, obviously provide suggestions and all that, or do you sort of have to stay out of it altogether until we fully submit it in?
I will, for 500 words of it, I will say, yep, need a reference here, lacking detail, no theory to support. Just ignore these dates. I just realised these dates are wrong, but it's just, I should remove these dates. Okay, that's assessments. So hopefully your head's around it. Aidan, you got my mobile anyway, so you get stuck on something, call me.
All good. Yeah, not an issue.
Week 4, there is, so if you haven't done this task, there's a matching activity. How come you can't see it? Oh, here it is down here. So you have to match, quiz. You've got to match.
About where I'm up to,
Yeah, cool. So you do that. I find that enjoyable. Don't ask me why, but it looks at the stages of change for the individual. So see how you go with that. It's not a quiz.
That's with the pre-contemplation and contemplation and all that stuff, isn't it?
Which is so important for your field. I get, sometimes I've asked people, is this in your course? And they're like, no, we haven't learnt that. I'm like, you need to know this theory.
Yeah.
If you're going to be effective as a personal trainer or a strength and conditioning coach, you've got to know what stage you're at, and you've got to know what strategies will tick them over to the side. All right, then forum. So I've actually put the answers up, but you can work through that as well. The reason why I won't discuss it is because I have the answers for you.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, just doing it myself, and then like doing the workbook, submitting it, and then going back and looking at your answers, or just seeing where I went, like how I went.
There is a couple of times where we have to actually discuss things. With the workbook though, the thing, are you familiar with the trans-theoretical model?
So what was that? The
trans-theoretical model, the pre-contemplation, contemplation.
Yeah, I've gone with it. Like I watched the lecture on it before, but that's the stuff I do with PT and sort of where they're at.
I think one of the things that I really
struggle with the names of it, like what the model is called. Yeah.
Trans-theoretical, yeah. What was I going to say? I found this activity really useful as I'm not a personal trainer, but to understand where people are at. So this activity basically says, okay, well, here's the model. What interventions match that person in that stage? And what the series says, if you're not matching the intervention, which means the strategy, to the stage that the person's in, you're going to lose them. Or they're going to be disengaged. So I'm going to actually put these answers up for you because I find this really important. I want you to have a think about it because you're involved in the field. So for example, pre-contemplation, I may as well talk through it actually. person does not care or doesn't value exercise, doesn't feel the need for it.
No.
So
They've thought
intervention.
about thinking about it. Yeah.
Say again, Aidan?
They've thought about thinking about it, more or less.
Correct.
And
right? The thing that they're lacking is education. They have no.
Yeah.
At the moment, there is no need to change the sedentary lifestyle. The things that they will need is encouragement and to let them know that they can change. And you might want to give them an example, like I was looking up on your wall about somebody who had lost 40 kilos in their journey, so they feel confident that that can actually happen. And I think another thing that you need to do is find out why they don't want to do it. Find out why the individual has no intentions, and then you've got to find a trigger.
Yeah.
So one of the triggers that I even use it on my mum, I'd be like, you want to be here when the grandkids are growing up, right? And she's like, yeah. I said, right, well, you need to get physically active. It could be a pair of jeans if you want to fit into those jeans again.
Yeah.
So, contemplation stage. In this stage, the individual goes, okay, I acknowledge that it's important. I'll think about it in the next 6 months. So as a PT, you've got to try and motivate the person to start exercising. You need to provide suggestions for leading and increasing the active lifestyle. So, for example, if you work in the city and you want to avoid, and I always try and encourage the positives of that, you want to save money, park a K away from work and walk into work. Or take the stairs instead of the lift. Like little kind of adjustments that encourage that.
Yeah, incidental exercise.
Correct. Or take the dog on a walk, or get a dog so they're forced to take the dog on a walk.
It's like leaving the trolley at the trolley bay and then carrying your grocery bags.
Yes.
Yeah, 500 meters or 200 meters to the car.
Yeah, perfect. And it's, you know what, they wouldn't even know that would be considered. So
no.
So that's gold. Identify if they know how to start. You've probably come across this, the fact that they acknowledge the need to, don't know how. And then try to find some strategies.
A lot of them will try and find the best of the best, but really all they need to do is just move or do something. They'll take, they'll go and do some shopping, and they'll go and talk to every PT in the area, and then they'll go and look at every online thing, and before you know it, 5 or 6 weeks have passed and they haven't done anything yet.
It is that procrastination, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then
they just try and get the best of the best.
Exactly, and then that becomes frustrating for them when all you really need to do is, go for a walk or put music on when you're washing with an upbeat, tempo.
Yeah.
So, in the prep stage, so here they're kind of like, yep, I get it. They might be spontaneous about it, but they haven't committed to a program yet. Like, it'll be, I'll start on Monday, they'll get to the gym on Monday, and then...
Yeah, they might make an appointment or...
So you have to encourage the person to keep exercising and sort of high-five them for they've done it. But at the same time, you've got to try and sort of get them to have an awareness of how to try and make that regular. Keep suggesting ways the person can add exercise to their life, just like we discussed, like that incidental kind of stuff. And perhaps offer to exercise with the person to keep him or her motivated. Do you exercise with your clients?
No, I don't. I only exercise them with them if they, if they come in on a day off and they're in the gym and I'm training with them. But I tend to just do my own thing because, again, like a lot of them will try and jump in and do the stuff that I do, but they're not at that level.
Yeah.
So they might, I've had it happen a couple of times. They come and do it, and then they'll jump and do quite an advanced session, and they'll just be broken for the next week, or because their training age just isn't at that level. So it's got to be relative to what I'm doing. Like if I'm just going for a run, I might run with them, but if it's generally a weights-based session, I tend to sort of not do it with them. But
sorry, Adam. You know the scary thing about that, and you're right. You know those when they come out really sore the next day, they actually associate that's exercise, whereas it's like, oh, no, you're doing the wrong thing and the wrong program, and that's why you're experiencing pain.
Yeah, exactly. But for me, it doesn't feel too hard. Like if I'm doing chin-ups or if I'm doing, apply push-up, it's not taxing on me. But because I don't know, like I know it's tough on them, but it doesn't feel tough on me. So then I'll go, right, we'll just do 10 of these and I'm cooked. But meanwhile, they could only do one of them and they've struggled through 10. Yeah. And the next day they wake up just broken and then they end up, well, not cancelling, but they end up sort of not, they've had plans to come in the gym every day, but they miss 1 or 2 days because they can't move or, they realise they're quite a bit far off. But I will do a lot of cardio with them. Like today I went and did like a rowing, like ride, run, row in the gym with them, and I just did double of whatever they did.
Go.
So I did 2K and
that's awesome. And you know what? The other thing that they do is they see that you've got the skills to do it, and obviously they can get there if they wanted it. So it's quite motivating. But it also is.
Exactly.
Sort of throwing out direction, do this, do that, and I'm like, well, you do it. So at least you've already established.
Exactly.
You've got to make sure in this stage that what reinforced them initially is still working. Oh no, sorry, what their triggers were working. So you might have scared them with, if you don't die at an early age, that might not be a trigger anymore if they understand that. So it could be something like, do you want to wear those skinny jeans again? And that could be the new trigger.
Yeah.
The other thing is make sure they're reinforced for their efforts. Make sure that when they're going home, their spouse is supporting them rather than going, oh my God, where's dinner? You haven't looked after the kids, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Action stage. So the individual in this stage is involved in it for 6 months. They know it's important. But sometimes they could be at risk of relapse because something more attractive comes up.
It's not set in stone yet.
Yeah, they haven't developed that. I mean, you'd be into. I'm in initiation stage where I no longer it's part of life. So you're trying to push them to that, and so would you. So it's hard to understand how people can't do that, but it happens. So you want to help them be physically active for at least 30 minutes. I mean, guidelines probably have changed. But have them set short-term goals, time management's needed, and reward them for their efforts. But for you, it'd be like, okay, well, you find out what would keep them engaged. What are they interested in? What is, I mean, at the moment, I'm in T-Rex stuff. I'm loving the T-Rex stuff. So, it's good. But variation would help keeping them in that. And then maintenance, troubleshoot factors that could make exercises relapse. So we want maybe cross-training. Do you want to prevent boredom? And you want to make sure that there's social support. Maybe an exercise buddy or group thing. Like I said, Aidan, I just found this very valuable to kind of go, hang on, am I actually matching this strategy in the person stage? Yes. Do you have any comments about that?
No, it's all good.
Decisional balance sheet. Do you use one of these?
No.
You know what? I think this is too complicated. I would just have pros and cons on each side, and stage obviously pre-contemplation, contemplation. You want to go through this, and the pros will be outweighed by the cons. So they'll say too time consuming are the cons, and they will be more significant. But as you get towards preparation action stage, pros and cons are equal. Or when you get to the action maintenance stage, your pros outweigh the cons. So it's about working through that.
So you have for each of the, or just pick one?
Well, I mean, I don't utilize all these categories. So gains to self, losses to self, gains to important others, losses. I would just say, what's the gain, what's the loss, and have a list.
Yeah.
Simple, because this is a little bit too complicated. But I do think, as a personal trainer, you want to ask, well, you know, what do important people around you get when you exercise, and what does that take away from other people? You know, so you could actually ask the questions from the sheet. I find it really effective to find out where their headspace is.
Yeah.
You also can see where their challenges are, and then come in to think of some strategies that can help combat it. And like I said, it's really useful. Not necessarily going to be effective for you, but it's going to paint a picture of the pre-contemplation stage. Contemplation stage is really important to do it, and the prep stage, you want to push them over into the action stage. Once you get to these stages, pros and cons become relevant because they already believe that it's beneficial to exercise. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's it.
And then, did I give you for this designing a program? You didn't get a chance to do this, have you?
No, I haven't had a chance to do this yet.
Oh, look, maybe you can actually throw some ideas out. Basically, it's just saying you're hired. Your goal is right now to stop the dropout rate and increase the education. And what could you do to the centre to make it to make people want to come? What are some things you've done in your gym to get people in?
Oh, like buddy type challenges for your boot camps, for your group classes. You know, we do things like 10 kilo lost shirts, or so if they lose 10 kilos, they get a shirt, and bit of obviously the before and afters back here. Recognition. We do a lot of different things along that, but it's more sort of about recognition for the person, as opposed to more like, hey, look at me, I need more people to come here. It's more like, hey, Karen, well done, you've lost 20 kilos, and then all her friends see that and they feed off that.
Yeah.
And you get people coming through there, so you get more people participating, and then the more clients you have, the bigger funnel you have. So you're then getting, instead of 20 people, you're getting 80 people all bringing their friends in. And when you get higher, it's harder to obviously retain and manage so many people, because it's almost like you're in a relationship with 60 or 70 different people, and you've got to make sure they're happy. So you just got to do those little systems all the time.
Yeah.
And just encourage their participation. But I mean, you look at other things like availability of the classes. Like, do you have enough on? Do you have a lot of different people running them, or do you just have you and another mate trying to run every session of the week? What's the culture like at the gym? What's the vibe like? Things like the music. Is it clean? Is it tidy? Heaps of stuff.
All of that comes into play. Like even you have child minding facilities.
Yeah.
Do you have
so things like so like and like things like a creche, like your main like gyms like Genesis, anytime that they'll have a creche where mums have to pay, each visit they come in and someone's actually looking after them, where we've got it's like a little cage where kids can come in and they've got toys and all that there, but they can just bring because it's a studio, they can just bring their kids in. They bring them in a pram, or they just run around on the floor, and they can actually feel welcome, and they don't have to pay anything. So when we sit down and talk to mums, they don't have to worry about that additional cost to, put a kid into creche. They can always see their kid at all time. And then we obviously just put it on the mum and go, look, as long as they don't interrupt anyone else's workout and they're not ruining the machines, then they're sweet to do whatever. So especially ones I've trained for 3 or 4 years, they're sort of in that zone. They know what to do. So you go, right, today we're going to do 10 on the leg press, then I want you to do 10 squat jumps and 10 lunges. You almost don't need to be there monitoring them, and you can sort of, occupy the kid or play with the kid, because the mum's in that mode where they know what's going on, and then the kid actually enjoys coming. Where at a creche like Genesis or anytime, the kids might enjoy it, but you almost have to drag them there sometimes. Yeah. Where the kids will be like, hey, am I going to go see Aiden today? And they sort of come along, and mum can stay there for an hour or two, and the kid just be completely oblivious to where they actually are.
You also
just setting that good vibe.
Anxiety.
Pardon?
You also stop the separation anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you just make it easy for like if you said you go into any time and the creche hours are closed, you go, well, I can't really just have my kids sitting in the middle of the gym. You can only bring them in at certain times, where whenever we're open to whenever we're closed, you can just bring them in at all times. And you're a mother or father, you should be able to look after your kids anyway. And if they're causing a muck or damage anything, we obviously see them do that, and we see the parents involved. So you just go and tap them on the shoulder and just go, look, can you maybe not get them take them off the treadmill, or do you pack the toys up when you're done? But it just keeps it a lot more approachable. They feel a lot more welcome. It builds up a bit better culture, and it's one less thing that mums, like those roadblocks that especially mums put in place. They can't exercise for apparently 18 years because they've got a kid that they need to look after. But if they can bring them along, no, that's lovely. That's gold. Exactly. Really sort of user-friendly and supportive, and that's a really nice culture that you're establishing. Yeah, and that's the I suppose the majority of your clients are going to be females or mums to be expecting. Like they're the general. You're going to have a lot of males come through, but you're going to have majority females who want help and don't know what to do. So if you can build an environment where they feel comfortable, and when they most feel comfortable is when they're surrounded with other females, but able to bring kids in. And we've found a lot of them don't enjoy going just to female friendly, like a curves or something. It's just they still want the interaction with other males and still that, but they don't like going to a male predominant setup where they don't know what they're doing. So if you can deliver what they want, then they're going to stay around long term. They're also going to refer all their friends to come in. And then other things for us is like really good location. Like we're set up right next to the Hunter River, so we're right on a riverbank, and we're next to a cafe as well. So a lot of them, they come and do 9:30 boot camp after they drop the kids off. They do that at 10:30. They're going for a coffee. Yeah. They go for a walk down the riverbank. They come back, they do lunch. They've got all their food, all their gym, all their extra activities all in the one spot. They don't need to travel out of the way. They don't need to go somewhere else. It's right in the middle of where they need to be.
I want to work where you're working.
Yeah. It's a big setup, but it works.
That sounds awesome. All right. Well, you know what you're doing with that. So that's it for the content. I'm just going to share my screen one more time, and then where are we? So that's that week. Oh, week 5 I'm working on now. Doing. Oh, that's my big one. I will get that up to date and ready to go. Anyway, I'm not showing you now, but I think there's a questionnaire I want to know that was last week. All good. All right, stop sharing. All right, Aiden, any questions?
No, not at this point in time, no.
All right, sweet. Well, you've got my number, so you can call anytime and or email, but just keep clicking through the content.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
All right. Cheers. Have a great week.
Cheers. You too. Bye.